Where do we rank Devon Achane walking into 2026 Dynasty startups or in a existing league where you're going to trade for him? What do we do? Because right now they've got no quarterback. And even though Tua Tagovailoa was not a quarterback taking any team deep into the playoffs or winning playoff games or especially Super Bowls, he delivered the football to Devon Achane. Just like Sam Darnold is a great quarterback for JSN, proven all year long. What do we do if that doesn't work out? There are so many examples like JJ. Right now, JJ's been neutralized because he has no quarterback and a rapport. So there's certainly concern about Achane's 2026 value when yours doesn't check down to him. They don't use Achane the same way. Is yours going to be the quarterback in 2026 in Miami? Are they going to address the position? Hard to say, but certainly we need to discuss this situation and figure out where we need to rank him in 2026. He's certainly not falling outside the top 5. He's in my top 3 to 5, but there is a lot of concern right now with the current quarterback situation because of how good JJ was and is, but isn't right now. Proof that you do need to consider it. You do need to look at it. There is a world where Achane is half as valuable. I'm not saying he will be, but there is a world where he is half as valuable if they don't figure this out.
You're watching a Graveyard Stream. Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Dynasty Fantasy Football Show.
I see some of the chatter in the chat right now. Appreciate you guys being here. One question was chances Achane leaves Miami. This one from TFT. I don't think high, but there was some trade talk, rumor, news, buzz getting kicked around before the trade deadline. This team definitely needs to rebuild, but they probably want to rebuild around Achane. But there's certainly a possibility somebody comes and knocking and offers something that this team can't refuse. But at the same time, probably not going to happen. Looking at, I think JJ is the perfect example of why this is something that you shouldn't brush off, though. I'm not saying that Achane's falling outside my top 5 running backs right now. I'm not saying that at all. But didn't we say that this guy, there's no way you're ranking him outside your top 5 wide receivers about a year and a half ago? Like, didn't you say this guy's top 3? He's maybe the number 1 overall player. He's not even a top 30 wide receiver. What in the hell are you talking about? This guy's not even a top 10 wide receiver. This guy's not even somebody you drafted the first 30 overall picks. How can you? So there is a world where we need to at least talk this out and anticipate the worst case scenario that we've seen unfold in front of our very eyes for an entire season with no signs of turning around unless the Vikings make a bold and crazy decision and move. I don't even know what to do with JJ. I think, we've had a video on JJ. We'll have several of them on JJ. Phone lines are open, by the way. Travis, if you want to dial in, anybody else wants to dial in on this topic, dial in if you know the phone number. I might put the phone number up in a second, but this is a very, very, very painful topic of discussion. What to do with JJ if you own him in an existing Dynasty league? Where do you draft him in a Dynasty startup? Do you trade for him at the newfound value where his owners are like, I don't even know what he's worth. Take him off my roster. I don't want to look at him. There's so many different angles here. Buying him cheap, selling him high or not at all, drafting him low or drafting him at all, drafting him high, hell no, drafting him medium, yeah, drafting him low, sure. Like, there's so many angles. We've attacked this. We'll attack more JJ content, believe me. But I'm going to take him off screen now. But the reason I'm beating a dead horse on JJ real quickly is just reminding you that when I say something like, could we be wrong? Not saying we are, not saying I'm changing my value. I love Achane. I'm the biggest Achane fan you will find. There's nobody that has supported Achane more than this channel. Nobody. You bring them to me and I will dunk on them. Nobody has talked up Achane like this channel. We invented Achane.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes! Yeah, buddy.
We invented Achane. Absolutely invented him.
Achane. Achane is the man. His haters call him small.
But he is 9 feet tall.
So for me to come out and not sound an alarm, but just have a conversation and say, what do we do? Like, here, hold on, Maximum, let me just put your comment on screen, not to go back to JJ, but such an important correlation right now. I trust JJ value based on his talent alone. But do you? Because if you did, you lost this year. Because talent says that he shouldn't have done what he did. Talent says he should at least been top 10 or 12, right? The last wide receiver won in fantasy, so number 12. You start 12 wide receivers in terms of that number one wide receiver play. You start 2 wide receivers, 3 wide receivers, whatever. But he, in a 12-man league, would be at number 12, the last number 1 wide receiver. Was he? No. Was he at least the last number 2 wide receiver? So wide receiver 24? No. No. So like, Maximum, I love you, pal. I'm not mad at you. I'm merely just saying you can trust talent sometimes. Not when it's a dog water situation. Now, I will say running backs get used differently. They don't wait for the ball and they can't get it, then they're toast. They're cooked. But this guy, we're not asking him to be relevant. We're asking him to be the number 1, number 2, or number 3 overall running back in fantasy when we draft him. His cost of entry is not at a discount. This guy had a stellar year. And I don't think anybody's going to be soured on his value off the last couple of weeks because of how good he was all year long. I don't think people are thinking this deeply about it, is my whole point in coming here and talking about this. I'm just saying, are we more so just saying, let's stay on our toes and let's watch the QB situation. How do they address it? How do they address the offseason? Miami Mike McDaniel's so good at scheming. He's horrible at being a head coach, but he's Kyle Shanahan-like-esque in terms of a scheme, but he's piss poor at putting it all together and making decisions. But man, I'm very much leaning toward, are we entertaining somebody else at running back 3 and 4? That's all I'm saying. Am I moving them past 5? No. Not now, and probably not ever, but we entertain this. Who's number 3? Who's number 4? Who's number 5? Number 1, Gibbs. Number 2, Bijan. We're talking Dynasty. Okay, so we can't throw out older players at 1 or 2. We can have conversations about them lingering in the top 10. I know some of you want to put CMC here because he just had a big game today. If anybody's watching the Week 17 Sunday night football game between the Bears and the Niners, Niners just clinched the number 1 seed in the NFC, beating the Bears in a final last-second heroic attempt by the Bears to score a touchdown to win. CMC had an unbelievable game, and he clearly is showing signs of being able to continue to play football. But in a dynasty format, you can't rank them 1, 2, or 3, so I don't even want to hear it. But who's number? If we're putting Bijan and Gibbs 1 and 2 in any order, don't get picky. Just accept it. It's Gibbs, Bijan, Gibbs, whatever order you want. Close your eyes and envision. Who's number 3? Who's number 4? Who's number 5? Is anybody's concern for yours in the quarterback situation pushing Achane to 5, to 4, or are you keeping him 3? And is anybody panicking even more beyond that? Let's go to the phone line. Travis is on the phone line. Travis, what are your thoughts on this situation? Is there another running back that tickles your fancy at number 3 or 4 than Devon Achane, given the quarterback concerns that we have that now very much, and yours is better than 9. Let's just say for now, at least we think. What are your concerns here? Address them if you want.
Yeah, so I think he's 3. Until we see the situations with Hendy, Harvey, Genty, guys like that play out, and they rise to that level, I think those guys can get up there eventually. But I think you're right that the concern is the situation, because Mike McDaniel is like a safety blanket where he's probably going to scheme him into that top 5 value, even with, you know, like a team like this year that's like bad, but not like number 1 pick bad. But when you don't have a quarterback, which they're moving on from Tua, it sounds like, and, you know, Ewers looks all right, but again, what does he do over the course of a season? What, you know, who do they potentially go get instead of Ewers, all that stuff? Like, if you don't have a quarterback that you know is like solid, even, things can fall apart really fast. And, you know, so Mike McDaniel gets fired or things really fall apart, one direction I'd point in is Breece Hall, because people forget in 2023, Breece Hall was running back 2 in PPR. And since then, he's been running back 16 and he's running back 20 now. And he has top 5 talent, or at least did a couple of years ago. We know that. So you see how fast it can slip with a really bad situation.
And Hall is a good player to bring up because he is somebody that potentially could go to KC or find himself in a spot that his dynasty value pops off again, and he's a top 5-6 running back. Think ETN this year in 2025. Think JT, who was drafted in the 2nd round in 2025 drafts and not even considered close to a top 12 overall player, because he had so much of a lull and gap in his resume. And so Breece Hall, if he is in KC, I think everybody just anoints him a top 6 to 10 running back. But he is somebody that can revive his value still very, very much, depending on where he goes. And we're going to do a video on him tonight, but we're going to do a video on him maybe tomorrow night. But Achane, this is a very good example of, we all still feel that Breece Hall, in week 17, he just dropped 100 yards and a touch, did very, very well. We liked him a lot walking into this week. He was in a lot of questions, start bench questions this week. If you're watching this 2 or 3 months from now, we just finished week 17. He popped off. But as Travis said, he's been playing very sporadically bad because of the Jets offense. But we all know that it's the Jets offense and it's not Breece Hall's fault. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that he is what he is in terms of his production. He can't help it. And so there is a world where what Travis just said, running back 2 or 3 is Achane. Running back 2 falls from grace and is incapable of scoring the amount of points that we need him to score to be that guy. So Achane has the potential, if this situation is bad, of dropping off the same exact way that Breece Hall did. It's a perfect example. I'm not saying I'm banking on it or I'm running away from him. I just don't want to hear anybody say it's not possible. Because this guy was just as good as this guy during his number 2 overall season. Just as good. So it's a real tough dilemma. And staring the situation in the face and being honest with yourself about it. Like, if you can't be honest about JJ's value right now, that it can't change unless they bring a quarterback in that can throw the damn ball, then you're obliviously jumping feet first into a horrible situation you can't see, even though someone already told you and showed you the blueprint as to how it worked out last year. And it was bad. So Achane is sitting in flux right now in that 3 to 5 range for me. Still have him cemented into 3, but very concerned as we see it right now. Very concerned because Tua was, while he was bad, he was perfect for Achane. It sucks, man. It sucks to have Tua who, and this is something a lot of people wish for. They're like, Tua sucks, man. They're punting again, or, Achane didn't get his touchdown today because Tua sucks. I want Tua gone. Careful what you wish for, because Tua was probably the best thing that could have happened to Achane. The way he throws to him, the way he uses him as a security blanket, and there's a rapport there. Ewers isn't throwing to him near the same, and that could change, and Ewers could be good, he could be bad. I don't know. I don't feel like he's going to be an elite player by any means, but I didn't feel that way about Shuck either, and I'm starting to like Shuck, so anything's possible. But ladies and gentlemen, if Miami Mike McDaniel goes into 2026 with Ewers as his plan of attack, with no solid backup plan, maybe Malik Willis, whatever, then I am fearful that he's going in with one battery, and in the device he's trying to work all year long requires 3. Like, that's the way this feels. He's ill-equipped, and so it's going to be very, very concerning for me if this thing doesn't look better in a couple months or weeks. But we'll see. Travis, one more thing on this, and then I'll go to the caller. Caller, please mute yourself real quick. 978. I'll get to you next. Go ahead, Travis.
Yeah, and just in terms of, like you said, who they're going to bring in, like, I feel like they might be tempted to try to bring a veteran in. I don't know if that'll end up good or not, but because they, like, I think the best they're going to get is like the 8th pick, and it's probably more likely they end up with like, 10, 11, 12, 13, somewhere in that range. There's a bunch of teams, from like 8 to 18 that are within a game or two.
Well, this is the current projection as of right this moment, coming out of Week 17, Sunday Night Football. So Monday Night Football is still to come. Right now, the Jets are projected to pick number 3. So
Dolphins.
Or I'm sorry, why did I say Jets? The Dolphins are projected to pick number 12. I don't know what I'm looking at.
So, they're not going to jump more than a couple spots at the most. So, that unless they make some huge trade to move up and one of these crappy teams don't want a quarterback, they're not getting one of the top 2 QBs in the draft. I thought we were
talking Breece Hall here. So if Breece Hall stays, he needs a quarterback, and he might get tagged, and they keep him, or they might tag him and trade him. I kind of think Breece Hall's days are numbered in New York. I think they're going to want to get something so they can rebuild. But if he did stay, the Jets, they need a QB here. This is potentially a good situation. But Miami,
they're in line to get Mendoza or more for the Jets, because like we were talking about today in the Patreon, that Vegas Giants game was funny. They're both tanking, and I get, like, the number 1 pick is worth a lot if you want to trade it. But in terms of if they stick and pick, the Giants don't need a QB. Vegas does, so it didn't really matter if the Giants get to that 1 pick except for trade value, because Vegas will probably take a QB, and then the Giants pick 2.
That is a good trade up.
Take the other QB.
You're right. We'll be talking about trading up for that pick for sure.
But yeah, Miami doesn't stand to get one of the 2 best QBs, maybe not the 3rd best QB. So it's a big question that he's keep quarterback in Miami next year.
AZ will jump the Jets. I don't know, man. AZ might not. Brissett's the guy, my boy. I mean, they might take a rookie QB and try and train him under Brissett. I think that's probably a smart move. But they also could say, Brissett's our guy, extend him, and just say, look, he's older, but he's not like he's 35 years old. Isn't he 32, 33?
33,
I think he turns 33.
So, they could give him a 3 or 4 year deal, and say, we can kick the can 2 years down the road.
Yeah, it's like Gino was 35, right, when he signed his deal. Like that's
34,
that's
35,
crazy. 32 turning 33, it's a little different. So Brissett is the Cardinals' future quarterback for right now. They may draft somebody, and I would do that too. It'd be smart. But the Cardinals are very happy, as am I, in Brissett. And I don't. If they go away from Brissett, the Cardinals are just being the Cardinals, being morons. This Cardinal organization's run so poorly, and I'm tired of seeing them screw up at the quarterback position. AZ Jones, I don't know if you're new. Are you new here, or are you from the main channel? I'm in Arizona, so I have every right to talk about the Cardinals this way. But the Cardinals are a trash organization half the time. And I couldn't believe they signed Kyler. I mean, Travis remembers, I think, You were here when I was doing those live streams, right?
Yep.
I was adamant about them not signing Kyler to a long-term deal. I was pissed off about it. And they said they weren't going to. And so I believed them.
Right.
And then they shift gears right away and sign Kyler. And they put in that like contract in the contract, the verbiage of he needs to study more. And then they took it out. And it was all correct. Like they even knew it when they signed him. They even knew it that he had a problem. You know, they were like, this guy needs extra help. He needs a tutor. He's trash. He can't even see over the offensive line. I would have put in the contract that he had to wear lifts so he could see over the offensive line. Maybe go through leg stretching or surgery to make him taller. But the guy I'm excited about, not to get off topic too much, but we'll be doing a lot of Dynasty content on where Jeremiah Love goes, and I can't wait to talk about KC and New Orleans, but that'll be for another day. Draft pick conversations will be a fun thing as well. Travis, any final thoughts on this topic? Oh, hold on. Let me go to this other caller who's been waiting damn patiently here. 978. I'm sorry about that. What's your name? You're live.
What's up, Smitty? This is Romario.
Whoa. Romario, appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no doubt, brother. I just wanted to follow up on the topic of Achane. I was having a conversation about this earlier. I think the Dolphins are probably going to have a pretty down year next year due to the quarterback situation, much similar to like the Jets. That I was putting in the chat, and you guys, talked about it a bunch. How Achane's going to be a lot like Breece Hall. I think that's most likely scenario, unless they, bring in a vet like Travis said. Who I think a good vet would be like someone like Malik Willis, who's been, balling out. But
he'd fit my scheme too, because he can move.
Exactly. He's a big dude. He's young. I think he'd be a great fit. It's just a matter of if they're smart enough to pay the guy. But in terms of Achane dynasty value, I would probably put him at like 4 or 5. Because I just think James Cook is just in a better situation. I'd probably put him around like 3, and Achane would probably be fighting, JT for.
You like
James?
Spot, you like James? You like James Cook that high? You said James Cook
for Dynasty. I just feel like he's a little bit. He balled out this year. I can't deny the guy. Like he's just that good.
I'm not saying you're. I'm not saying you're crazy. I think Cook at 3 would be pretty high for me, but I don't think you're crazy for thinking it. I couldn't
in Dynasty like high. I'd have Hendy, I'd have Genty, I'd have Cook slightly.
Yeah. Chase Brown.
I'd probably have Cook. What about
Chase Brown?
7 in Dynasty.
What about Chase Brown? How do you like?
Deserves to be right there.
Yeah. Do you like Cook over Chase Brown? Huh? I don't know. That's tough. That's tough.
That is tough. It's a whole.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong because nothing's played out yet. But I do think that Cook is harder to trust. I think long term. I like him maybe for 2020. I like the argument maybe for like 2026 in the top 5 or 6 if you were to go bold. But I think even 2026 redraft, you'd have a lot of people hard pressed to put Cook 6 or put Cook 3 in 2026 redraft. That'd be high. Cook at 3. And redraft. So Dynasty just doesn't and on top of that, the way he left, a sour taste in everybody's mouth, dropping a massively bad performance in week 17 is going to really put off.
My concern, and it would actually be a good show to do maybe, James Cook show at some point.
Yeah.
Is that he's 26 now, and he's not, he's 190 pound back, but they run him almost like a bell cow at times. So, and he's a slasher, so he's getting hit quite a bit. And so is he one of these backs that does fall off at 28? So we're seeing guys, bigger guys, make it past 28.
What does he turn?
That's my concern.
When does he turn? Does he just turn 26 or is he turning 27? What's his birthday?
I got the page right here.
I'll ask Ziggy. Ziggy, how old is James Cook, the running back for the Buffalo Bills? Let's let him do his job. He needs to earn his.
James Cook is 26 years old.
When's his birthday?
I don't share personal information like birthdays for players.
What? What?
What?
Ziggy, you're fired. You're fired. You're insane, bro.
Well, that's one way to end a performance review.
Ziggy, off. Turn off. Turn off. Ziggy, off. You're done. You're done. You're not going to share. This is what your main job is. It's your main job is to give me birth dates of players so I can tell you how old they are because I'm a fantasy football show and we got to determine whether a player's got a lot of years left to play good ball and you're out.
All right. I hear you loud and clear. Put you on the flip side.
No, are you going to give me the age of the birthday of James Cook or not? Ziggy, are you going to give me the age of James Cook or not? Hold on, Kruger.
Yeah, you got it. Let me just grab that Moy real quick. And hey, no problem. I'll get you his age and birthday.
Hold on a s-
Is 26 years old.
When's his birthday? This is pissing me off.
James Cook was born on September 25th, 1999.
What's his problem, bro? He'll share it one moment, then he...
Talking about that,
Oh,
Smitty.
Ziggy off. Ziggy off. Turn off. Turn off.
Asserting dominance.
So he turns 27 in December. That took a long time dealing with these.
September.
He turns 27 in December or September.
No,
Yeah.
September.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sorry. What was your name again, caller?
Romario.
Yeah, are you sure? You still 27 years old in Dynasty? You want to put Cook at 3? You don't have to.
I thought he was a lot younger than that. That's my bad, but
Yeah, you don't have to change your mind either. I don't want you to be like, oh. I can't do that, bro. No way. In one more calendar year, people won't. You can't even trade them in Dynasty. No one will take them. So that's also part of Dynasty that sucks is when you acquire a player no one else wants. All right, hey Romario, I got to go, bro. Appreciate you calling in on this topic. It's a good topic, and we'll have more Dynasty content. Appreciate you.
appreciate you,
Later.
Smitty.
Maximum says 0.5 tight end premium, 6 points per TD, QB May, JD5, running backs Harvey, Sharps, Tootin, wide receivers Igbuka, BTJ, Shakir, Tyler Warren at tight end also have 1.7 and 1.10 in a rookie draft. Thoughts on this team? I like the team. I think I'd probably try and trade, assuming it's a one. Oh, it's a super flex. Yeah, your quarterbacks are great. I mean, May and JD5. Harvey, Sharps looks really good. I wonder if Sharps and Walker get split apart next year. I hope so. Tootin, I still have hope for Tootin. I love Igbuka and Dynasty still. I'm going to trade for him after this week in every league I can because everybody's so down on him, and I love it because his value is going to be dirt cheap. BTJ, I don't know if I trust him, but I hope he gets traded to play with your quarterback, Drake May. That would make me feel really good. I do feel like the extension of Jacoby Myers does make me feel like, and they're not getting rid of Hunter, does make me feel like they're either going to maybe play Hunter. I don't think they will. This is just my gut. They're either going to play Hunter more at DB, which I don't think is the case, even though a lot of people want to say that, and then they have a need for BTJ. If they don't, I feel like there is a little bit of part of this team that would potentially say, should we trade him? And they'll consider it if the price is right. And then BTJ can be revived. As far as what I would do with this team, if I'm you, I'm always trying to move that 1.7 to the 1.1. I want Jeremiah Love. If not, I want the number one wide receiver. And so I would sacrifice that 10 and a future first to move up to the 1. That's what I would do. That's what I'd be working on all offseason. Thank you for the super chat. Travis, final thoughts, and then we'll get out of here.
No, just I think with Achane, it's when we see who the QB is and what direction they're going, we'll be able to assign a future value a lot easier.
Chris is late.
There's so many ways it can go.
Yeah, definitely a lot of ways this could go. Chris says he's late. He's celebrating his championship. Chris, appreciate you being here on the Dynasty channel. Yeah, I don't know where to really take this from here, but to just say that, nobody's freaking out here about Achane's value. If I had to rank him, he'd still be 3. I think Travis said that he'd still be 3 for him too. But there's a little bit of a pause versus 3-4 weeks ago And again, if you're watching this 2, 3, 4, months from now, 2 weeks from now, 8 weeks from now, we just left week 17. And we saw Ewers again not use Achane like I predicted would probably happen the moment Tua was no longer a part of this starting lineup. I told you, watch out because be careful what you wish for. Because I don't know if Ewers will throw to Achane nearly the same. And sometimes things fit perfectly, even though when they're not fitting overall for the team and winning and all that, it still fit perfectly for Achane. And sure enough, his value is definitely taking a hit. And with the experience of watching JJ never recover the entire 2025 season, was it not even... What wide receiver did he finish as, Travis? JJ?
JJ is... Got it right here. Right now, he is 22.
22. So he's climbed a little bit. So as a guy that would finish as the very last wide receiver 2, but barely a flex play, which is honestly shocking that he would be a flex play. I don't even feel like he's a flex play. I don't think I would even. I mean,
how do you
climb?
And it's, I mean,
one game.
When you look at the, I guess because week 16 he had the 6 for 85, so he ended up as wide receiver 20 that week. But if you look at his game log, he wide receiver 20. He was wide receiver 20 twice between weeks 7 and 17, and he was worse, like far worse than that. All that.
Travis goes, well, he had 6 for 85.
Yeah,
he
that's a good game nowadays for him.
JJ had the one game. You remember the game? The 6 for 85? No touchdowns? No.
14.5
Yeah,
points.
no touchdowns. Just the game. That was the game. That was the JJ game in 2025. The game that we heard around the world.
He doesn't have a touchdown since week 9.
Chris, appreciate you. Chris, thanks for that $100 hauler earlier too, bro. You're the man.
He's the biggest bust of the year, right?
BTJ and JJ are probably tied for that.
I just say JJ because
he was higher. Yeah.
You expect even more, and BTJ at least had a few games.
Yeah.
I guess I think outside of average, JJ had 1.
Yeah.
Wide receiver 8.
J9 really screwed us.
Yeah. That's another topic.
Yeah, but
what the hell does?
But my conclusion here is that because JJ never bounced back at all, not 1 point, and because he relies so much upon receiving the football, which is why this hits home more than it would another running back, it's something to be ultra concerned about and be on your toes about. That's all I'm saying now. So instead of being locked into number 3 like he was 4 or 5 weeks ago, Achane for number 3 running back in Dynasty Fantasy Football, he's now in a volatile 3-5. 3 to 5. But that's still high. It's 3 to 5. But let's see how it works in the offseason. All right, Travis. Thank you, man.
Yep. Thanks.
Later, bro.
Later. Bye.
All right, guys. We are out of here. Appreciate all the support, the super chat. Thank you for being a part of the Dynasty channel. Please subscribe if you're new to the Dynasty channel. Please make sure if you're new to the Dynasty channel, you check the description of this video because I got a link to the main channel. This is the Dynasty channel. The main channel, we have nearly 38,000 subscribers. This one we're building up from the ground up, but you're a part of it. We appreciate you. There's also the Rumble link for my Rumble show. And don't forget to get on over to the 24/7 365 live chat group. So if you need a chat group where you can talk anything, ball, about your relationship problems, whatever, this is your new chat group. 24/7 365 chatting, $10 a month. It's all through my Patreon. Hit the link. I'll drop it right here. Boom. There it is. See you all tomorrow. You can bet we'll be live at least once during the day, if not a video upload and a live stream potentially. And then we're doing a mock draft. And I might do the mock draft via a video upload. So we'll have to see. We'll be live at some point doing the upload, have the 8 p.m. show. And then, because I'm live at Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. So the 8 p.m. show Eastern tomorrow. The midnight show, I'm live at midnight almost every single night. Live whenever news breaks show. And then the upload mock draft show. And then we'll do some sort of Dynasty show. You're watching the Dynasty channel right now. But make sure you're clicking that main channel in the YouTube description so you don't miss all the things I'm talking about on the main channel. See you all later. Appreciate you. Dose. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Caps. Thank you, Chris W. Appreciate you, bro. And on that note,
Achane Achane is the man. His haters call him small.
But he is 9 feet tall.
Achane is the man.
Mario, appreciate your phone call. Also appreciate you becoming a Dynasty member of the memberships here on the YouTube channel. If anybody isn't a member, a YouTube exclusive member on the Dynasty channel, which is different than being a YouTube exclusive member on the main channel, I appreciate you joining. Help support the channel. So Romario, appreciate you hitting that, my boy. Romario to the moon, bro. See you all tomorrow. Deuce. Scared money don't make money. That's right, Chris. Later. Later, Travis. Later, everybody. Thank you, E111. Thank you, Jose. Caps, we'll see you later. Jonathan, we'll see you later. Romario to the moon.